Bolt lost his money. So you expect the prime minister of a country to just pick up somebody and just arrest them? No. Jamie Wood, listen to my question. Jamie Wood, answer my question.
How come he take out free money all tight? Why can never pinch pool and tell both say, me take money all tight, you know, to take out for you? But how come he happen?
No, Jamie Wood, no question. So the story is that him investing money, and at the end of the maturity date, he pulled his money. Like anybody else pull their money at the end of the maturity date.
Sign up no money in it, don't invest money in it.
Jamie Wood.
You don't think I hear the money in the bag? Something I want to
No, answer my question. No. I want
not correct. That is not correct. That is not correct, the engineer.
Answer my question.
That is not correct, the engineer. That is not correct. No. You're spreading rumor. You're spreading rumor. You're spreading rumor.
Ingram, here we are. Let me ask
You're spreading rumor.
Anyway, I'm going to ask Jamwood my question anyway.
You're spreading rumor.
We again heard you, Ingram. Jamwood, so the question to you, Jamwood. Do we live in a banana republic where any other country you see a prime minister?
You're right, because the prime minister started a declaration.
Ingram, be polite.
4 years.
Ingram, be polite.
You're right.
Ingram, you will get a chance to speak. Ingram, you will get a chance to speak. Ingram, you will get a chance to speak. So now back to Jamwood. Jamwood, you know of any country, any right-to democracy on the planet where something happened to somebody, no matter how famous the person is, and the leader of the country simply just pick up somebody and just throw them in jail?
No one is asking that. No one is asking.
We are saying answers to quiet.
No one is
Nobody no ask.
Nobody ask the question.
No one is asking for that.
No matter who you ask the question, if you don't want nobody
asking for that.
You know some things that Jamwood is a big man can talk for himself. Jamwood, are you a big man and can talk for yourself, Jamwood?
He must do something.
Big man, Jamwood. Jamwood no need nobody to
answer. Any of us will answer.
Let me say.
What you mean
us? Jamwood no a big man.
Jamwood
a bully style.
Okay. Let me say now.
I didn't hear where
all right.
You know what say? Hold on a little bit. The government must can do something or get involved. Because
no, wait. Jamwood, hold on. Let me talk to the host. Let me hear what you are saying, Lady Bev. Let me hear your point.
A different story this from the SSL. But me I say, you remember when the people them from down at the what you call them, the Maroon Town. You know, if I hear Andrew that talk, say he want to take over because of one government and one government run the country and the government must can deal with he might go run like he want to take over the
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, because he want the backside.
No. Hey, Lady Bev.
So if I want country,
listen to your question.
So he can do the same thing and take over the money and talk over
I want to hear this. Why this a platform don't allow one person to talk? Let me hear Lady Bev, come on.
Listen to what I say.
Let me hear Lady Bev. Go ahead, Lady Bev. May I hear you?
Talk and say the people them supposed to get back their money. Nobody not hear nothing from outer female, you know. Yet, you know.
Guilty.
Just quiet for the situation.
Lady Bev. We see other jurisdictions in the world, such as the United States, where people lose money. We don't get the government.
You're talking about Jamaica, not
Lady Bev, are you
talking about Jamaica?
Anyway,
Jamaica, we are talking
to Lady Bev. I'm speaking to Lady Bev. We don't hear no.
Don't come here and try to flood the water. Nobody is saying that. No one is saying that.
Can I speak to Lady Bev?
No one is saying that. No,
Ingram, I'm sure you're not Lady Bev. I am positive you're not Lady Bev.
You're spreading rumor.
Okay, we heard you. So again, Lady Bev.
Rumor.
Okay, we heard you, Ingram.
Propaganda.
I'm saying, I say, see, like when you want to take over, if the people then stand up on their foot, you want to take over.
Right, you are talking about Jamaica and
it's Jamaica. So
no,
your government in your
situation, Lady Bev.
You're right, you're right, Lady Bev.
You're
wrong. Listen to the engineer.
You are perfectly
Prime
right,
Minister should address the country about
You're
this issue.
perfectly right,
It's
Lady
been
Bev.
far too long, and he has been too quiet.
Lady Bev, that's a false comparison.
The Ministry of Finance. The Ministry of Finance.
Every chance the Prime Minister get to talk about FinSac. Every chance he get to talk about FinSac. Talk about you seeing about money.
No group can claim ownership to a section of Jamaica. That's what he said. No group can get up and say they are a law unto themselves because we're one country. That not nothing with somebody losing money.
You're not rate Nanny then.
I know.
Right?
Sure.
So
What
wait,
does that have to do with Nanny?
No.
What does that have to do with Nanny?
There was a piece.
I want to understand Jamawar. What does that have to do with Nanny?
Was given to the Maroon.
the Queen never, when we gain independence.
So wait. So what you saying? No, we're not
treaty.
Jamawar, what are you saying? Are you saying you believe that the Maroon territory should be recognized as a separate country from Jamaica?
Yes.
Who else agree with Jamawar?
Always be like that.
I'm going to ask the question again. Who else agrees that the Maroon lands should be seen as a separate country from Jamaica?
You know why?
Jamawar, just give somebody else to see if them agree with you. Jamawar, we hear your answer. You said yes. Jamawar, but you already say yes.
The dirty man did want. The man did want the dirt.
Jamawar, you said yes. You said Maroon lands should be seen as a different country from Jamaica. No, who else agree with Jamawar?
I want to say something
Nobody.
to Jamawar.
Jamawar, are you wanting so? You're the only person in this platform who believes that
Engineer, I want to say something to Jamawar. Mr. Jamawar.
Some man just get up and just talk some little foolishness.
The man
is not foolishness you talk, man. But Maroon land is a different country.
Including you, the engineer. Including you, the engineer. Including you, the engineer.
Remember the Maroon and sell out.
Mr. Jamawar.
And give the family for running.
Mr. Jamawar, do you know how the Maroons got the treaty?
Yeah, I know they got it.
They were the first police of Jamaica. Their job was to return our people back to slavery if they should escape.
No, and I'm sorry, guy, you're not telling the true story.
Remember them sell out
black people take gun and shoot up
people like me when maybe African Maroon in a
gun and they shoot up for them.
Remember the Maroon and the sell your brother.
The Maroon are wicked, brother. But even the black people them did a fight against Maroon.
Jamawar, we don't care. We don't believe that Maroon land should be a different country.
Black people doing a slavery, black people catch Africa, and a black people fight today.
Black people keep doing a slavery after Maroon.
You could have said black people some more. I don't believe that Maroon land should be a different country.
Who might treaty sign? Who might treaty sign?
Virgin.
Jamawar, we don't think it should be another country.
Virgin. And the Maroon them capture the people and sell them to people for the shipping, brother. The Maroon them are wicked, you know.
Well, come to the platform and talk
do you
about
think
Maroon
why were the Maroons so equipped to fight the well-trained British soldiers?
There was people here before anybody coming up. No matter there was people here before.
How straight from both money and Ghana Maroon?
The Maroons kept us.
Hey, listen. Me don't want nobody at this Jamawar in a comment section. See? The man give him opinion. Me don't want nobody to talk about Jammy Duns. Don't do that. That's disrespectful. That the man have an opinion.
No,
opinion.
I am a person that born.
And now we need to move forward as a united nation. You can't keep us in slavery and then you want to get a state within a state.
But look how much Prime Minister coming up power and then go try to do nothing. Look how much Prime Minister leave
them alone. Anyone. It's just the red
why
dirt.
Then leave all the rest of Prime Minister? Then them are not idiots. Them are not sensible people.
That's only thing
they come out to the Maroon. So none of them need to go after it.
Then just did use out them backside out most of the dirt already, and then we want some dirt from up there. Then
my honestly think say in the very, very small minority of people who think that Maroon lands should be a different country. Level vibes.
Maroon land should be secret.
You and three other people that believe that.
It's a history. Only don't teach history in a school, you know, because I don't really like that.
About the open ants nest when Jamaicans realize that the Maroons are part of why then get lashings. But to no one. Let the country be united as it is right now. Where we love each other because you will not win this battle.
Only success rebellion in the world. It's the only success rebellion in the world is Maroon.
You rebel against, you guys fought against Nanny. How much settlement you fought against yourself?
What the man name was? What the madman name again? We come on the live them.
Mr. Why you defending the
we say
you like the slave thing. Yeah, different Maroon.
What the man name?
We have to check in history, you know. Remember, some black people did a shoot off a Maroon, you know. Nobody knows about it.
Anyway, the man I have a different question.
We're gone in a cemetery.
It's me that
Jamu, different question for you. Jamu, it's a different question for you. Jamu,
is it L.A. Lewis like you're having the comment?
On a different life, you are complaining that the film body.
We have to go send for L.A. Lewis tonight, you know.
Alright, cool. Jamu, you are complaining that the film body is not giving any money to anybody.
About the Maroon, you know.
Alright. So Jamu, you are complaining that the film body.
L.A. Lewis still if it come.
But Auntie Bev, anybody who look like me and you know, them are going to fling way back in a slavery, you know, because we don't fit the description.
So Jamu, you're complaining that the film body wasn't given any
we
funding
don't fit
to
the
anybody.
description, so them are going to send we back to get whippings.
But we don't want to go too far from both money, you know. We know, so no want to go
Yeah, I know, but Jamu, because you did mention it, but I heard the other day that they gave several people money, and they also approved some more. So what's the situation with you? Were you a part of the group?
Who get money?
Who get
Bob
Marley, keep them get 1.5.
You mean the people then will lose their money?
No, man, we're talking about film.
What money?
No, filmmakers, Lady Beth, filmmakers. So were you approved, Jamawood? Because we heard that them approved several people. Were you a part of the group?
All right, let me tell you something about approving in Jamaica. We go by favoritism or who they know. I don't know nobody in the politics, so I will not get that. And one of my brethren, they get a grant to do a film. And only get the grant is because somebody from uptown write the story and him get to shoot it and he go California and go all over the world. But only one reason they make him get it is because of the girl family in the politics business. So a string pull string and get, but you can get $1 million then get to do a movie with a little boy like you want to be an astronaut, right? Apart from that, your poor man get it will not happen like that. You have to know somebody in that.
I'm not getting at the string pulling thing. So some people are actually getting money out there. Yeah, me hear that, Jamawood. But you're saying some people are actually getting money. I heard also that they were planning to do.
The $1 billion
big man, the whole of the man.
Long before that.
I know. But the $1 billion company said that they approved some people. They made an announcement.
$1 billion people, them. They want to give back the most of the money.
Yeah. But they also said they approved some of the people who had asked for money as well. They made an announcement.
Yeah, them friend. Them know, man. Them friend. But remember, say some of them are not good at filmmaker, you know. Some of them are their friend, and then say, "Woggy, sister, this and they make a fair company."
Jamawood, me hear what you said, but you had said that nobody now. Yeah, me hear that, but you said nobody now get no money, but you're wrong.
Nobody now get no money like that. Me I tell you.
No, Jamawood. Come on, Jamawood. You had a position. They made a release now.
Tell me the name of who get it.
You don't know the name them. They made a release. When I want film
When I do an investigation, I was talking to somebody up by JLP. And I'm going to talk somebody up at the same place, like Jam Pro. and I talk to the lady. I'm going to tell you something the lady say. The reason why I don't get the loan is because when them check my account, I have like 120 million net, and she start laugh and say, yeah, so it go. So like, if you don't really have a big money, you cannot get it. And some of the money are not grants. Some of them are like loans, right? But still, you have to have a certain money before them go say them go give the grant or anything at all. So you have to be uptown with the rich people them before you can get it. That's the correct thing about what really go on. But then go showcase it like it's gonna help Jamaica. Right? So from the first time you announce it much years ago before it even come into effect, me Richard Brown sit down and we say, yo, we're not getting no that, you know. Because we done side and know say it's a one-way stream. And you know so we are poor people. So me always said to Richard, I say, no worry, we'll go and do the movie, but we have to wait for a white man, a white woman to come from foreign and recognize so we have a talent, just like Bob Marley with Chris Blackwell, go take it to the next level. So we don't have to worry, just go and put in the work. Right? So I just back to tell them because we know that. No help no come here so. Even when we can't flip over to evil, they do running, they never get no help. And when they go run down so and then start talk about your body feel shame. When the girl where our biggest footballer now over America when him sitting there, when him Shaw, even she talk about the government, so the government help Bob Marley Bob Marley daughter up and down with the girls them. So the country do not help the people really. The people have help themselves.
To buy plane ticket.
Yeah, they have to do this, so all them have pat themselves on the back, so they're not doing for the people them. And the people them is what bringing people to the country. And the people them is what make Jamaica what it is. Bob Marley never get help from nobody. Bolt never get help from nobody. The man don't get help from nobody. And they make Jamaica the ice apart them there. So me no feel no way for me not get it.
So Jamin, you know,
Jamin. All you have to do is Jamin.
Ingram, not Jamin. Ingram is to look. Ingram, pronounce the man name right, the man named Jamin. The man named Jamie Wood.
Jamie Wood?
The man name right, the man.
My apologies. Jamie Wood?
Just take a note of all the persons who are associated. Implement the budget.
Well,
look at the persons who are associated with the persons who are involved in the SSL situation. Just look at the persons who are associated. Look keenly, Jamaican, look keenly at the persons who are associated. And it will tell a story.
Jamaica, no, you know, plan to implement the budget, sir.
You see, hold on, I can't say something. I want to say something. Hold on. All right, Mr. Ingram. I'm going to talk about this SSL thing I know I'm bold. Who are the first person bold fire when him find out say money is?
I don't know.
Alright, you know, I can't reason with him. Mr. Ingram, I know.
Man say no know you mean I can't reason with him.
Him know.
You have to tell him how.
Mama, you can't reason with people who hide from the truth.
But him say don't know.
Mr. Ingram, I know enough for your family.
You never say anything bad.
Some real good people. Why I make a stay?
My son and Lucien both are very good friends. I do not know who is the first person he fired when he discovered. I don't know.
Him not fire him close friend.
I don't know, sir.
Sonny Dan, calm down.
So what if him fire somebody?
Show your probe where you're coming.
You want to say, where you gonna say? What is your why him fire the person?
You want the really? What you mean the really?
No, why him fire?
Boomer, stop that, Boomer, I'm not talk to you, bro.
Let me know why. Tell me why him fire him.
Him friend was one time financial advisor. One of the person who introduced him to this thing here.
If Bolt even fire one of the man, maybe him fire them because them should have tell him long time. But if they not with the money,
so hold on,
the man put him money in a SSL.
I love the reason with people we are talking. All right, then, Mama, watch you now. Never say this to you now.
Because them supposed to check up on him finances. If them hire to do that job.
Hold on, Mama. So tell me now. Tell me this now, you know. I'm gonna say this to you. If Bull fire that person, all right, then who is so close to him? As you said, that person if you check up on him finance. You don't feel like
if he's working for him.
All right, you don't feel like say that person there who him fire, I suspect something wrong.
No
Something go wrong
suspect
with
nothing
that
more
person.
than the man would check up. You know when time you add the things and give like a ear to ear, maybe you never check. Cause two them things that the money does there, so maybe they not even check.
Lady Bev.
Check on the money. But him not
Lady
have
Bev.
nothing to do with the money. None of boys
Lady Bev.
friend them not have nothing to do with the money.
Lady
the
Bev.
money is missing from SSL.
Sonny.
Lady Bev, listen to the question.
Lady Bev, I want to expand on this point.
Listen to the question what the man
Let me hear what
Listen to
Mr.
the question.
Ingram said.
Lady Bev, listen to the question that the young man asked you. If both didn't fire his close associate. He totally ignored the fact that the lady who is charged right now is a line staff member at SSL. Yet all the senior persons were allowed to leave the island. You don't say I need to ask that question to Sonny. You don't say I need to ask that question also.
I have a question for you, Ingram.
Wait,
Ingram,
wait,
I
need to ask this question.
I
need to ask this question because they are leading down us down the road.
Me being an accountant,
listen.
to do with this discussion.
The lady
Stop
that's
the
being
foolishness.
charged,
Don't
don't
be
you
an
find it
accountant.
interesting?
Don't
You find it interesting that she went to Bolt's advisor to get a loan because the person find out? Don't you find that a little bit curious that she is taking Bolt's money, and when it was coming out, she's going to the advisor to get a loan to cover it.
I find that curious, and I also find it very, very curious that today,
how comes the only one person them job they have the whole and that the one person.
So now,
I believe the
can I ask a
board
question
should
to
be all
Ingram?
held accountable as well.
Okay, cool.
I believe so.
So I have a question for both Lady
I don't
Lady
slack
Bev.
anyway, but
All right,
it's not the government.
Lady Bev and Ingram, both of you. Lady Bev and Ingram, both of you. Explain to me. I have heard of several scandals at NCB and BNS and people stealing money. How come you guys have never called somebody senior at those banks to be arrested along with the perpetrator? How come?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Did you hear somebody just now? Hold on. Did you hear somebody just now ask for a senior person to be arrested? Did you hear that?
Several times at banks. We are
no,
about people.
The discussion we're having just now.
No, sir, don't run away from my
discussion we are having.
Do not run away from my question.
Did myself or Lady Bev
Ingram, don't run away from my question.
To be arrested?
Anyway, I'm gonna ask the question.
Did myself or Lady
Anyway,
Bev
let me ask the question. No, you ask how come senior people
guys
are allowed
are
to leave the island.
complicit. You guys are also
no, didn't you ask
and have no character.
The engineer, as the NCB group collapse, are in bankruptcy, received a ship.
Long before, hey guys, long before SSL collapsed, people thought that senior people should be arrested.
That's not the question. No, that's not the question.
Long before. No, Hugh. Hugh, that don't have anything to do with it.
But you know, lockdown.
Hugh, long before it was discovered that SSL had to be wound up, people were saying that senior people should be arrested. So my question stands. How come when NCB and BNS have situations where people are stealing people from other people's account, I don't hear anybody calling for the people who own these banks or the people who are senior to them to be arrested as well? How come I've never heard that?
Arrest one person or
What are the engineer? How much are the owners and the senior people run away from those banks? How much of them take flight to
you guys said that the senior people should not have been allowed to leave the country. And you guys have said consistently. You have said consistently. Listen, me see a lady steal must over $100 million, I think it was. Nobody said.
You know why? Because they get away with
sentence.
Nobody
couldn't thief all of that money.
Nobody said that.
She got
already.
Mr. Blair, so Miss Bev say, Lady Bev say, me agree with her now. All right, you see, me I tell her this thing serious now.
You come corruption.
Watch her, me I show her a thing, Mr. Blair. And we know say most of the people them, we don't go agree because we say me a labor. But me just have to talk as a person, as a normal Jamaican. Now watch her now, me I show you a thing. If I me in a bold position, nobody wouldn't have for there so and make no bag of assumption. Me wanna put together a proper legal team and properly sort out my thing. Me not sit down and wait.
That's what he does.
He do it, you know.
That's what he did.
Hold on,
Him do it and hold
That's what he did.
Hold on. All right, him do that. And did his legal team come to the fort and say, are the government taking money?
No.
So how comes now go say the government taking money?
Who said that? Who
said so? Nobody says so.
I said the government for come and do something and reimburse for
people. Sonny D, let me say this to you.
He can't come, he can't step in because he's a government.
Well, on the anti-babe, let me answer this manner. The institution is licensed and regulated by the government.
The government give them the license. So they must talk.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Hugh. Let me hear your point.
Me say the government license and regulate the institution. When the government do license and regulate an institution, the public would have expected that whatsoever business they are doing with that company or institution,
they're safe.
Thank you, Auntie Bev.
Just like how they keep.
No, make him land now because him not make no point yet. Make him land first. Go ahead, you.
Hold on.
Make the man land. Let me hear the point.
People that think says a safe place, them put their money in.
Yeah, we hear. Go ahead, you. So go ahead, you. Finish your point.
Yeah, right. So if the institution collapse, right, and there is only one person being held, after the financial investigative division said that other personnel will be charged, and the file was sent to the Director of Public Prosecution. To date, only one person has been charged, and that one person said she did not take a cent out of both money. Do you remember that, the engineer?
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. You expect me to believe anything that comes out of the mouth of somebody who is right now before the courts? I'm gonna sit down and watch the situation play out. I'm not gonna make no position. I'm not gonna make any statement and saying that I believe that person is telling the truth. That'd be ridiculous to do that.
So I would ask you all want to take all of the money there.
While I can agree with you.
Lady Bev. Lady Bev. You hear some of the reasons why she said she take the money? Me hear reasons about why the
enough money. And look how much people money and not only one person money. So why she take all of those money? And the government take fee money and
you can't get me to explain to you the mind of a thief.
No,
get me that.
That is so true. That is so true.
That's why she end up and go to bold team. I'm mind game she playing.
Think about this lady, Bev. Both was getting paper statements.
Before nobody sue me. Wait, stop. Before nobody sue me. Alleged. No, sue me.
Let me finish first. Because everybody is asking why the government should not be held responsible. In 2013, when the then finance minister, Dr. Peter Phillips.
You just made the man. Everybody understand your wider point. No, you, come on, man. You made the point.
Let me make my point, please.
Let the man talk.
When in 2013, Dr. Peter Phillips asked that company, that particular company, SSL, stop taking deposits and stop doing business.
Baby in the background, mute.
I'm a grandson, voila.
Okay.
No.
Anthony, yeah. And 2017, after they lost the election in 2016, a JLP member was appointed to head the FID, the FSC, should say. And she authorized that SSL continue to do business. The government of Jamaica invested NHT, NIS, Banana Board, government money in it.
Well,
Right?
that is showing you that the government at that time did not have any credible evidence that anything untoward was happening.
Let me learn first before you try.
No, you're really taking a long time to make one point.
No,
I'm gonna 7 minutes.
Because when you talk long.
7 minutes.
No, let me learn first. So the government,
Mute yourself, the man is talking in a language.
The government allowed the institution to continue money and also to invest in it. And from the government is investing in an institution which it itself licensed and regulate. That is to say that the government had full confidence in SSL. And don't forget that the Prime Minister of Jamaica was also an investor who got back his money months before the institution collapsed. So,
okay, all right, you make your point. My question to you now.
Wait, I want to respond to you.
Should be
responsible
forthwith. Take it from there.
All right. You, can I know answer a question?
I will start with the Prime Minister, Mr. Yu. Right? When the Prime Minister got his money back, it came to maturity. Right? In all legal terms, the Prime Minister...
Where you get that
information
from? Where you get that information from?
Because I was watching...
The Observer.
I was watching...
in the Observer.
I was watching the JIS something program one day, and somebody asked him about the SSL money. And him say, all him know, he did have an account there with must be $3,000 or $9,000, something like that. And him take his money out and close the account. That's what he said.
Well,
in a parliament now, when them talk about the bank book them, and when them talk about him, the IC report something, him say he have 28 account, and he must say one of the account, and him talk, so him say one of the account a transaction from SSL with 147,000 was transferred in that account, and if you
and that is at the end of maturity.
Hold on, let me talk. If you close an account, you don't have it again. If you close the account, you don't have it again. So if you don't have no money in there, you close the account. All money are coming in your account.
It depends.
Will you allow me to come? Okay, no, I want to establish this process.
Give me a chance. Give me a chance.
Wait, I want to establish this because you're asking questions.
No, but he said close. He said close it.
So
if you close an
account, you don't have it anymore.
Do you want to learn or do you just want to talk?
Let me know what I say.
It came to maturity.
Miss Bev, what you're saying is not true, especially if it's an equity account.
In closing account.
Miss Bev, you know what you want to hear.
It was the Integrity Commission who
Miss
exposed
Bev, do you want to listen or do you have a position?
US.
That's correct, you. That is correct, you. That the Integrity Commission that they exposed that.
So why didn't the Integrity Commission refer the Prime Minister for charges?
Exposing it. exposed.
Why
Anyway,
you on the sound now?
Because everybody wants to ask questions, but he put something in the atmosphere which keep trying to reply to when everybody wants to ask him. Right? He put into the atmosphere that the government is responsible for the SSL debacle. That fell under the jurisdiction of the finance minister. The Ministry of Finance at the time ordered an independent audit. Right? After that audit was done, it was moved to the desk of the DPP. Right? So at this point, the government of Jamaica is not liable for anything because it has done the investigation and the DPP is yet to move forward with its prosecution.
Well said. So we move on. You guys are all complicit.
Okay, I can speak now.
You guys are all complicit.
Anyway, I'd like to speak. Hugh, I don't understand.
Right. They don't find anything about him. And then
But Lady Bev, we give you a chance to talk and I'll give you a chance to talk. Yeah, Hugh.
Go ahead, Ingram.
Thank you very much. Hugh, you made a lot of arguments saying how people trusted the government that these companies were valid, and I guess you're saying several times we sit right here, see stories about people putting money in a bank account and seeing those banks.
No,
how come you don't turn around?
No, you're wrong. This is that.
Ingram, please be quiet. Ingram, be quiet. Quiet.
No, you be quiet.
Be quiet.
There's no comparison here.
Ingram, be quiet.
You're being disingenuous.
Lady Bev, you didn't want anybody to talk when you talking enough.
This
Lady
is
Bev,
the
you didn't want
comparison.
anybody to talk
There's
when
no
you
comparison
talking
here.
enough.
There's no
Lady
comparison
Bev,
here.
you didn't want anybody to talk when you talking
Let you
enough.
finish, Mr. Ingram.
Thank you very much. See? Yeah. So how come I don't hear a similar argument being made here?
So a lot of people that talk so they want their money. Anybody
Is that a question?
Anyone at the bank?
Can I answer the question? Can I answer the
they want
question?
their money.
Can I answer the question? Can I answer the question? Can I answer the question?
Similarly, I remember years ago, people joined the bank in Central National Bank.
You asked a question.
Collapse. Hey, you, Ingram, be quiet. Some time ago, people put their money in a bank called Central National Bank. That bank collapsed and people just lost their money. They never got back a cent of the money that they had invested in Central National.
But did that bank open back?
Hey, the people lost their money. Nobody got back the money from Central National. Nobody who had money in Central National when Central National collapsed got back their money. None of those people got back their money. Hey, big man, nobody got back their money from Central National. And more people lost money in Central National. Who lost money in SSL.
Hold on. Is that
correct? Very much for your invite.
Is that correct?
Okay.
More people lost money from Central National Bank.
That is not correct. That is not correct.
What do you mean it's not correct?
FinSAC
what do you mean it's not correct?
Hold on. Let me tell you.
You just attack some rubbish.
Let me tell you why it's not correct. FinSAC was instituted primarily to take care of all the banks with the insurance and deposits of ordinary Jamaican. That's the purpose of FinSAC. And no one lost the money.
When did FinSAC come into being and when did Central National collapse? You're a big man and you knew this. You know
all the while,
collapse long time before FinSAC come in.
Always go back.
You are spreading
propaganda. What's going on now at this time?
The conversations are so convenient.
The engineer let me respond to you on FinSAC. No depositors lost their money
None.
in FinSac.
Lie.
None at
Lie.
all. Not one.
Lie.
None.
None.
We're
Over
going to say again. We're going to say again, big man. You're lying.
Over
No one. None.
1.2
Big
million
man, you
people
are
None
lying.
lose the
You are
money.
lying. Everybody know
None.
this.
No depositors lost their money.
Hey, there's a comrade called Dino. Y'all know Dino.
No one lost their money there.
Dino had
No,
money in Central
no.
National.
That is loan.
Dino
That
had
is not
money
said,
that he
no.
lost money.
That's a
No,
loan.
no,
No.
big man. We all know
That's
this
a
because we
loan.
live through it.
You are
We
spelling
know
propaganda.
this. Everybody,
No, that
everybody
is
who had money in
misinformation.
Central
The
National,
only person who
Central
lost
National
money was
was
the
one of the
person who had
first
loan.
banks to fail.
Only person that lost money.
Big
I will
man, you're
take
talking
loan, I
rubbish.
will pay the
Central
loan.
National, if
You
you
are
had
talk-
money in
you are
Central
spending
National, you never
propaganda.
got it back.
You are spending
If you had
The
money
money
in
that
Blaze
Dino lost
Trust,
was not in
if you
Central
had
National
money in
Bank.
Blaze Trust, you never got it back.
No, that's not correct.
No.
Big man, it's people who had money in banks like Eagle got back their money. But the first few banks that failed, those people lost 100% of their money.
Nobody
Big man, you don't even remember what happened.
Depositors and
And why you
insurance
shipping-
agencies.
why
You don't even remember what
None, no one
happened.
lose the money.
Why
No,
you
you don't
shipping
even
the,
remember
why
what
you
happened. You come
shipping
here
the
talking from
conversation
foolishness.
from
You
SSL?
don't know when
That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing.
All the
That's
while
what
that
he's
them
doing.
do them
About
gone
That's what
them
he's
up
doing.
Pinsack, and
Well,
then
no,
them
no,
go
no,
to
man,
the
we
court.
could
You
come
have
back to
people
both
like
money.
Ingram.
Well,
And
no,
Ingram
no,
should
no,
know
no.
this. Ingram should
Come
know
back
this.
to
And he's
SSL.
on here
Well,
telling
no,
lies
no,
on the
no,
platform.
Come back to
Telling
SSL,
people
man.
that nobody lost money is a lie.
Oh, no,
People
no,
who had
no
their
one
money
lose
in
their
Central
money.
lost money.
The
People had money in Blaze Trust lost their money.
The purpose for which
The
FinSac
engineer.
came into being, no one
The
lose
rate
the
board
money
pass
under
it.
FinSac. That's a fact.
You rate ball? Engineer, you know rate ball?
What kind of dumb question you ask?
No, you don't rate the man.
Just
man. The
answer
man
No. So let me ask you a question. The
Fuck
old
the man
lady who
said
was
the
outside
government
their
is
money.
no.
No,
The
let me
man
ask you a
come.
question. How come you know with the argument for the lady who had her money in SSL as well? The little 70-something-year-old lady who lost her life saving. You tell me
Who
about
not she
Usain
last
Bolt.
life first?
Stop telling me rubbish, man.
And she last
Stop telling
life
me rubbish.
first.
So
And
you
then
think
last
that
come and then
you
come
think Usain Bolt,
Let's stop
who
calling
chances
people
are had the wherewithal to go on. Him
not right
have a
neither.
greater right to get back his money than that 70-something-year-old woman. You tell me about
Yes, sir.
Victoria Usain Bolt.
This-
You
you
don't
know
know
where
about
Bolt,
that lady.
man.
You don't talk nothing to that lady. Yeah,
I
come to me
never
and tell me about
said
Usain Bolt.
The lady was the first one who lose money, right? And they
Hey, man, you're wicked, man.
Right.
On the
No,
news,
you're
you
wicked. I come here with some preferential thing. I tell me about Usain
That
Bolt.
time, when you come like a fish market.
Me don't know what is wrong with this man.
One at a time, man.
Yeah,
That's
they're-
right.
The
Ah,
engineer
yeah,
want
Ingram.
to shift the argument
Greetings,
from
greetings.
SSL down
The
to
beer,
FinSac.
understand,
And
the
we're
beer
not
to
going back to
DNG.
FinSac.
Because
Because
him
there
always
is no
go like him
report
want
from
bully and
FinSac.
call people. When I talk about FinSac,
If you want we discuss
one of
FinSac,
the telling us
produce
Prime
the
Minister
report.
to release the core
I
report.
just would want to say one thing.
Go ahead, that's
Go
what I
ahead,
do.
go ahead, go
Release, I want to know who get money from who.
Greetings,
Go ahead,
greetings.
come on.
Hold on a moment. You know, sometimes it hurt. Why it hurt me for hear you labor rights come on the platform and defend and go back way back when. When you were in opposition, you preach and boast and say you come to get rid of corruption, right? When the Labour Party was in opposition, them said them a come get rid of corruption because there is too much corruption. And them come make history.
Corruption themselves.
The PNP is creating the perception of corruption.
We're
There
not
is no
supposed to
corruption.
talk about we're gone. We
You guys are creating a
The man
perception
finished
of
that
corruption.
and reverting just that
You,
talk.
let me talk. You as the labor rights supposed to come do better. You know do better in a thieving.
All right, Summer.
Where the report there?
Me don't
All right,
talk.
Summer. So you say things worse now. Now we know all of the corruption that went before.
We have never had a prime
Money
minister.
and no